northern tip of Arizona, there's a hidden piece of land that appears on maps but is separated from the rest of the American landscape. The piece of land I am referring to is the Arizona Strip. It belongs to the state of Arizona, but reaching the Arizona Strip is nearly impossible. This is because the Grand Canyon, one of the world's largest natural barriers, completely separates this region from the rest of the state. This vast area of 7,878.11 square miles is larger than Connecticut, but only a few thousand people live here. So why nobody lives in the Arizona Strip today? We will explore the answer to this question by breaking it down into 5 subsections, examining the cause and effect relationships involved. Before moving on to our video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share your thoughts on this topic. In the first section, we will cover the part that states the most sparsely populated region in the United States is the Arizona Strip. The part of our state of Arizona located north of the Colorado River is called the Arizona Strip. It is the most barren, most forgotten, and most isolated region in American geography. To understand why the Arizona Strip is so barren, one must first look at how nature has treated this area. Geographical features such as desert valleys stretching for hundreds of kilometers, massive rock formations, canyons, and cliffs make life here nearly impossible. These geographical conditions are why the Arizona Strip is the most desolate region in American geography. If you want to see more clearly why the Arizona Strip is so desolate, I recommend watching the sunset here. Here, the roads end. Human voices fade away, and civilization seems to vanish. Despite all these adverse conditions, approximately 8,000 people live here today. In the second section, we will learn the answer to the question, why is it impossible to reach the Arizona Strip region? When you set out from Phoenix to try to reach the Arizona Strip, you encounter one of the strangest paradoxes in American geography. Looking at a map, you might think this journey would be easy. You're trying to get to a place that is Arizona land, but getting there is nearly impossible. The reason is the Grand Canyon, which stands in your way like a massive barrier. What separates the Arizona Strip from the rest of Arizona is the world's largest canyon system. In some places, the Grand Canyon reaches depths of 1,600 meters and widths of 29 kilometers. This massive fissure stands in your way like an obstacle. Therefore, someone setting out from Phoenix must first go to the state of Utah to reach the Arizona Strip. Then they must go from there to the Arizona Strip. This peculiar route makes the region economically dependent on Utah. It is not only the Grand Canyon that makes access to the Arizona Strip impossible. The geographical conditions of the Arizona Strip also make it impossible. The sheer rock walls of Vermilion Cliffs, the labyrinth of canyons formed by erosion over thousands of years, and the deep river valleys are just a few of these geographical conditions. Because of these geographical conditions, there are almost no paved roads in the region. There are thousands of kilometers of dirt roads within the Arizona Strip. However, these roads are often impassable due to storms, rain, or floods. Although our country is famous for its modern highway network, high-tech cities, and highways, we still have an inaccessible region. This is why the Arizona Strip is the most isolated region in American geography, and why transportation there is nearly impossible. In the third section, we will learn the answer to the question, why is it impossible to live in the Arizona Strip, the harshest region in the United States? When you reach the Arizona Strip, you realize it's not just a region. You see the harsh face of nature. The American landscape has many mountainous areas, deserts, and canyons, but none are as inhospitable as the Arizona Strip. This is the place that perfectly fits the description of the harshest region in the U.S., because while daytime temperatures exceed 45 degrees Celsius, at night, the temperature drops to 15 degrees due to dry winds. Such a significant temperature difference in such a short time makes the region the most uninhabitable place in the American landscape. Much of the land in the Arizona Strip consists of protected areas. The soil in these areas is so dry and mineral poor that almost no plants grow there. When it rains, the soil lacks the capacity to retain water, so the rainwater runs off. As a result, the land remains desert. Due to the soil being dry, mineral poor, and desert-like, Farming is impossible in the Arizona Strip. On top of all these disadvantages, there's a water shortage in the region. Groundwater is available in many parts of the United States. However, in this region, groundwater is almost non-existent. To reach this water, it is necessary to dig a well at least 300 meters deep. Due to the harsh climate conditions of the Arizona Strip region, the impossibility of farming its land and water scarcity, it is impossible to live here. In the fourth chapter, we will try to find the answer to the question, why did the colonies that settled in the Arizona Strip fail? Although very few people live in the Arizona Strip region today, there were brave people who tried to live here towards the end of the 1800s. People called Mormon settlers had come here to live. The Mormons had chosen the Arizona Strip region as their new living space. The Mormons, who were among the colonies that began living here, were unable to survive here due to many difficulties. As mentioned earlier in our video, these reasons included water scarcity, soil unsuitable for agriculture, harsh climatic conditions, and geographical features that made life difficult. On top of all these disadvantages, an economic collapse led to the failure of the colonies in this region. The economic collapse was primarily caused by the colonies' inability to trade with other settlements. The region's great distance from other settlements and the geographical features that made transportation difficult hindered trade. Since trade was impossible, the colonies that had begun to settle here reached the point of economic collapse. In the final section, we will try to find the answer to the question, why is the Arizona Strip still uninhabited today? Today, the population is growing almost everywhere in the United States. Cities are developing, and even in the deserts, solar panels are being installed in an attempt to revitalize life. However, the same cannot be said for the Arizona Strip region. It's as if this area has been forgotten while the rest of the United States develops. Why is that? The answer lies in 4 interconnected reasons. Over 90% of the land in the Arizona Strip region is federal land. So you cannot build a house, start a business, or even farm here. The first reason is that the land is federal. The second reason is that the Arizona Strip region is economically dependent on the state of Utah. Shopping, going to the hospital for treatment, even going to school takes place in the state of Utah. Therefore, economically, all activities in the Arizona Strip region are dependent on Utah. The third reason is that infrastructure work here is very costly due to unfavorable geographical conditions. There is no water, no electricity, no roads. Bringing these things here requires a large amount of money. The reason for this large amount of money is the difficult geographical conditions. Our fourth reason is that the small population here ensures the preservation of its magnificent nature. The fewer people there are in the Arizona Strip region, the greater its natural value will be. As a result, the Arizona Strip is empty because people couldn't manage to live here. Nature didn't want people to live here. Maybe our government wants this place to remain empty. Don't forget to write your thoughts on this topic. I also recommend watching my video explaining the geographical facts about Utah.